All right, in the last lesson, I talked to you about how when you are combining these things and simplifying these terms, it's good to write in alphabetical order, and you're going to see why that's the case today. It's really helpful, and we're going to have to do that with each of these as we simplify it. You're also going to see that we have separate terms today, separated by the operational symbols or the signs in this case, which is important because what you did on the last lesson was just simplify that one section. As far as it only gave you one term, you simplified it, and that was the end of it. Today you're going to do that and then combine the ones that are alike. So we look at this one. This has a 3. It has, again, I'm going in alphabetical order, a single x and then 2 y's. So that's how we would write that term. This one has 2 x's and a single y. This one, already kind of simplified, 6x y squared, and this one already simplified, but again, they don't write it in alphabetical order. So when we write it in alphabetical order, we now see that these two are actually like terms. They don't look alike here because we don't have them in the right order. So when we're looking for the ones that are alike, it's much easier when we have them in alphabetical order to group them together rather than have them separate and doing it that way. So now we look at the ones that are alike. We have this one, and this one. And you'll notice that, as usual, I circled the sign in front of it because that helps you when you're grouping the things together to recognize which ones, what the signs are. So we have a positive, and a negative. Positive 3 and positive 3 is 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. So all 3 of these cancel out. It's like we brought 6 things to the party and then took 6 things away. So at the end there was nothing left, no leftovers. The only thing that we have is the one that's not been used at all, had no like terms. So your answer to that question when you simplify it and add like terms would just be 2x squared y. On this one we have 3 x's. On this one we have 3 and then x to the third because there's 3 x's, 2 there and 1 there. Here we have 3 x's. Here we have 2xy, and here we have 3xy. And again, we flip these around so it makes it a little bit more obvious that those two are alike. We circle all the ones that are alike. In this case, they happen to all be in order, which makes it kind of nice. We circle all the like terms. Now we can combine them. So we have 1, positive 3, positive 4. They're all positive, so we add them together, and we get 8x cubed. On this one, we have a positive and a negative. If you have a positive 2 and a negative 3, you end up with a negative 1. Now we can write that 2 different ways. We can leave it this way, which is the preferable way to do it. This is the equivalent of 1, or you could put a 1xy and 1 in front of the xy. It's the same thing, they're equivalent, but we typically don't write the number 1 in front of it. It's just understood. And then this last one, we have y squared and another y, so we have x and then 3 y's. Here we have plus, we have x squared, y squared, and then here we have 5x 3, y 1. So now we circle all the ones that are alike. We circle all the ones that have a single x and 3 y's. Well, this has 2 x's, so they're not the same. This one has 3 x's. That one only has 1. So none of these are the same. So just by doing that, we end up having our answer right there. And that would be as simplified as we could get for that equation. So that is simplifying and adding like terms.